Hey everybody, Andy here, AK Montolio, and we're here for a vintage league, and it is round 4, and we are playing blue-red Sprite Dragon cantrip deck. And it looks like we're playing against a bizarre strategy, Dredge, and yeah, I mean, our hand is about as good as we're going to get against Dredge game 1 because we have a Wasteland effect, so we have 3 in our deck, 2 Wastelands and a Strip Mine, so we got to be pretty happy about that. Hopefully our opponent mulligans really low and we maybe have a chance. But still improbable. It kind of needs to be a sequence where they mulligan reasonably low and they don't find dredgers and don't have a second bazaar. So, like, if they don't have a second bazaar and don't have any dredgers here, then we have a chance. Otherwise, we're likely to get bowled over pretty quick. Okay, so they found an Icarid. I don't think I can let that resolve, unfortunately. Gonna get rid of Sprite Dragon here. Okay, Daze is reasonable against Dredge. We obviously have to take that away from them here. 2 amalgams. So yeah, I mean, you know, we're in trouble. Noxious Revival. Yeah. Okay, well. Not good, but it could be worse, I guess. I mean, this game is over. I guess if there's a world they completely brick here and we rip a Wasteland, we might be all right, but that's improbable. They've got the Icarid triple bridge here, like, yeah, not in good shape. So let's take some diggy here and see what we find. Bolt is not good enough, and neither is Force Negation. Preordain. Okay, well, I mean, we can scoop them up here. I don't. I guess they have Force of Wills. We've seen enough. So there's just no way that we're beating this game 1. The double bizarre hand. But the good news for us is that we have a decent sideboard. So we're going to bring in 4 ley lines, 3 cages, double relic, and double tabernacle from Pendrell's Vale. So what don't we really want here? I feel like Misdirection is typically a poor card against them. I feel like Pyroblasts are very low impact. Lightning Bolts could be okay. Is Misstep any good? Probably not. I mean, it does hit Noxious Revival. I don't think Noxious Revival is like, you know, our plan 1. I don't think we need to have a Brazen Borrow. I don't feel like we need to have 2 Dak Fadens. I also feel like Dig Through Time is getting the double blue is going to be a challenge at best because we're going to be actively looking to Wasteland and Cantrip. So I do like Daze against Dredge, particularly because trying to protect our ley lines. I think Fluster has the same merit, but something has to go here. I feel like Gush, for the same reason as Dig Through Time, is going to be a challenge to get double blue. Sprite Dragon, despite it's a challenge to cast, is a fairly integral part of being able to beat Dredge. I feel like Dreadhorde is pretty meh, but it is easier to cast than Sprite Dragon. I think Narset's weak. Narset does nothing in this matchup. We want all our lands. I guess Misstep just offers very little. We have other counter spells to be able to fight against a Noxious Revival or a Cabal Therapy if it's critical. I feel like Force and Negation is pretty weak too. Like Force of Vigor comes on our turn. Why don't we try this? Unfortunately, we don't have a blue spell. I would have loved to have traded one of my lands for another blue card to pitch to Force of Will, but yeah, I mean you can't have it all. Okay, so they held at 5. We're going to play our ley line here, and we're just going to play a Scalding Tarn, and we're going to pass. Now, Pyromancer is going to be good against Hollow One. Let's see what they exile here. Yeah, bit punished here for not playing the cage, but it'll be interesting to see what they take here. I mean, if they have a Hollow One, yeah, they take the Force, right? They're playing the Force of Vigor here. And that was a good draw. I'm still not feeling compelled to play the cage here. Let's get Young Pyromancer down here. Strip Mine was a nice draw for us. Fortunately for us, we don't really have too much going on here. Really would love to find a counter spell. You know, Daze would be solid, Force of Will would be solid. Dark Faden's pretty good. See if that resolves. Don't want that. And I don't feel like I need Lotus here. Let's take a peek and see what's up. Okay. I don't feel like I need to play a land there. I guess the argument would be as if we find a Force of Will that we could move closer to hard casting it, but probably no reason. Playing Dark Faden here and discarding lands I don't need is pretty solid. All right. Well, I've got the old combo of Dreadhorde Arcanist and Cage. And I'll play my Wasteland here. I don't feel like I need to play the Cage out here right now because I've got Flusterstorm up now to protect the ley line, and being able to string cantrips with Dreadhorde's pretty good. So there you go. We stole a game from Dredge. Well, it didn't steal a game. I mean, that's what you get post board. I could see cutting a Dreadhorde Organist to bring in something like an extra DAC. DAC is pretty important for filtering. Let's try that. We could also bring in something like a Shattering Spree for Hollow 1. Maybe that's just better. Probably missed our window to do that. I think this is fine. It's a little bit greedy. But it gives us a chance to draw into Wasteland. Maybe this is a bad keep. Like, obviously, I'm keeping this on the back of Ancestral and trying to find something. Unmask here could be pretty bad for us. Geez, I didn't even think of Unmask. Yeah, based on knowing that they had Unmask, this is a very, very loose keep on our part. Even without Unmask, this is somewhat of a loose keep. Okay, so we have found a land, which is good. So I am going to lead with the Lotus here. I think it's important that I try and find a Wasteland here. Maybe they're going to force this, and I think that's okay. They could be after the Relic. I think I ponder next. I do like the Force of Will. Little bit unfortunate because this particular line here puts me in a position where I'm going to lose the other Relic. So I have to fight over this, unfortunately, because they have the trap. And let's see what they do. Maybe they're just going to bring... They're not going to do anything. Maybe they're just going to bring in a couple Icarids and get the free damage. I think that's fine. I mean, maybe I just do it here now. It kind of sucks because the smart line here for them is to just go and bring in the Icarids, forcing me to do it, and then they get their Icarids back. I just don't like that. Now, what would suck is if they had a Force of Vigor right here. I wonder if I should just get a basic. Oh, come on! Another ley line? Yep. I don't think I've played this well here. And Tabernacle's helpful here. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Wasteland is good. Yeah. I actually don't mind the Ruby here, to be honest, either. It's going to buy me time and help me remove bridges. Yeah. Let's hope it buys us time. Like, if they got another Bazaar or the Noxious Revival, it's not good for us, but okay, it doesn't look like it, which is good for us. We're going to need a bit of help here, unfortunately. It's not going to be easy. I think I'm going to play the Young Pyromancer here and start chaining cantrips afterwards. I think that's probably my best line here. Okay. We go to 10. Okay, hopefully we can get into some stuff here with our cantrips. Let's preordain first. This could get forced. I mean, that's aggressive for my... Okay. They do not have bridges, right? Yeah, we'll kill the amalgam. I've played a land this turn. I mean, look, I think the most optimal thing is for me to try and untap. Oh, wow. Look at these guys. Okay. Jesus. Yeah. That's problematic for sure. Oh, boy. How many of those are gone? Okay, that's the end of the chills. Those Narcomoebas are going to start chipping away at me, though, which is not good. And I have to use my fetch here. Yeah, I don't quite think I'm going to have enough. I really think I need to find a tabernacle here. Let's see what we can find. We did not find a tabernacle. Well, let's put those away. Sprite Dragon is pretty good here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to block because we're now down to 2. Really awkward because I have that Cataxian probe, right? But I literally need to play the Sprite Dragon here. I don't have an option. Let's see if they trade for my Pyromancer. It would be so good for me if they would. They're not, though. All right. Well, I mean, I've got a chance. They're gonna have to miss, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to hit a lightning bolt or another sprite dragon. Which is not going to be easy. Cage. Well, I've got two bolts left. A tabernacle also does this. I think the best line for me here. Well, this is really tough because Gataxian Probe's going to draw me one card, and if I miss, I die. Like unless I find a cantrip, a bolt, or a tabernacle. Dak Faden draws me more cards, but if I don't play a land to do the Dak Faden, that takes my red source away, which then requires me to find one of my two bolts and a red source, which is not ideal. But if I do find a bolt and I play a land to cast Dak, Cage does nothing. This does not allow me to cast a Sprite Dragon. I feel like my best bet, this is really awful, but I feel like my best bet is to actually just draw a card. I mean, I still have the option of Lotus and, I have some outs this way, but, my deck is very heavy with cantrips, and, I can cast a Sprite Dragon. I've still got 3 Sprite Dragons in my deck. I've got 2 bolts left. Like, I have outs. This is the best line. Okay, so there you go. So that allows me to dig a little bit deeper. There is a Sprite Dragon. Now, do they have a Mind Break Trap is the next question. Or Force of Will. And if they do, I'm in bad shape. Okay, well, I'm still drawing breath. Once again, still unfortunate I can't actually get the Sprite Dragon a little larger, but because if I could just, yeah, you see, here's another one. Now it's put me in a position where I actually need to find another answer to another Narcomoeba, which is rough. But, still treading water here. Okay, Bolt's a good one. They have bridges. Well, let's see if we can actually get a bolt off here. Okay. We're closing in here. Okay, bridge gone bye-bye. They got a discard. All their Force of Vigors are in their yard. I guess it still could be Noxious Revival, but I mean they've been dredging every turn for several turns now. Ooh, Relic is a really, really nice draw. Um, just cast a Relic here. I think if I nuke their yard, there's nothing else they can do. I think I'll cast. I mean, maybe I just don't cast Dak. We'll wait till next turn. I don't feel like I'm in a hurry to do so. Okay. Therapy was what I was looking for. Some combination of bridge and therapy could be really problematic for me, but I mean, they are down to 0 cards now. Maybe they were trying to hit a Creeping Chill. And we can make them draw 2 with Dak Phaeton. Well, that was a grind. Those 2 Creeping Chills off the top were brutal, and I think we got really lucky that they didn't find another one, or a Bazaar for that matter, a second Bazaar. So hard fought, we'll take it.